Well, I thought I'd read another section of the Bible today, which evidently I didn't mark the right spot here, so I had to turn to Matthew. I opened it up, my markers on Isaiah. I had left off Isaiah and went back to Matthew because I needed a little bit of Jesus. So I had to go back over to Matthew and start over again. And we're on chapter 4, forgive me because I'm old, but here we are, chapter 4, the temptation of Jesus. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted there by the devil. For 40 days and 40 nights he fasted and became very hungry. During that time the devil came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread." But Jesus told him, "No, the scriptures say, people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Then the devil took him to the holy city, Jerusalem, to the highest point of the temple, and said, "If you are the Son of God, jump off, for the scriptures say, he will order his angels to protect you, and they will hold you up with their hands so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone." Jesus responded, "The scriptures also say, you must not test the Lord your God." Next, the devil took him to a peak of a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. "I will give it all to you," he said, "if you will kneel down and worship me." "Get out of here, Satan," Jesus told him, "for scriptures say you must worship the Lord your God and serve only him." Then the devil went away, and angels came and took care of Jesus. Now, the extraordinary thing is that all this happened after 40 days of not eating anything in the desert. Jesus was still 100% man, 100% God. If he's 100% man, then he felt stuff like a man out there in the desert for 40 days. I can't even imagine that. We're into the wilderness, should I say, not the desert. But out there in the wilderness for 40 days, animals roaming around day and night, trying to sleep. And then the devil comes and tells you he can do all these wonderful things for you. Temptation is maxed out right there. Partially, not even that the devil's going to tell you something that you really want to do per se, or you'd say yes to, but he's telling you at a time when you're at your weakest, and you might just want the situation to end. This fasting, nothing to do with the devil, it's just trying to get out of the situation. I think that's a couple different ways he was tempted. When I read that, I think about what it would be like to be out there and be tempted like that. After 40 days, you might agree to anything just because you want it to be over with. But Jesus had to be, I don't know, vetted's not the right word, but there's no one that's gone through as much stuff as Jesus in my mind. As far as being tempted in the crucifixion, there's no one who suffered like him. And to me, that is on purpose, or of course part of God's plan, because we can all say that we're the victims of something, we're suffering from something, and everybody seems to revert back to that, or a lot of people seem to revert back to that. Like, I'm suffering from this, I'm a victim of this, I deserve this, when in truth, you don't deserve anything. And whatever you're a victim of is presented before you by God in order to mold you into the person you are to be in his kingdom. And I think a lot of people reject that. They say that life is unfair. Instead of saying that life is unfair, they should say we're working toward a better kingdom after this life is over. That's sort of the way I see it. I don't know how you all see it out there. You can let me know. But that is the temptation of Jesus. That's from Matthew chapter 4.